Ka tangi te titi, ka tangi te kaka, ka tangi huki a hau, tihei Māori ora. Pa te korowai o te kaihanga, te korowai o te rangamārie, kua horaina mai I runga I a tātou. I ngā tine mate, kua wehe E te pō, haere, haere ki te au wairua. Te hunga mate ki te hunga mate, te hunga ora ki te hunga ora. E ngā iwi o te motu, e ngā kai mahi whakahira o Otago, whakaihu waka, ki poneke. E ngā hoa, nau mai, haere mai ki te hui whakanui, kai mahi 2024, respect. E mohio ana koutou ki ahau, ko William Levac tuku ingoa, ko autu manutaki ki te Otago whakaihu waka ki poneke. Nō reira, tēnā koutou, kia ora tātou katoa. Me te karakia tātou. E arara e te kōrero, e arara e te wānanga, e arara e te whakaaro nui, e arara e te nākau whakaiti. Tūturu whakamoa kia tina, haumi o huie, tae kie. Kia ora, welcome everybody to our Staff Awards for 2024. I'm a little bit anxious about this. I'm worried about missing people out. I've got a bit of performance anxiety. I've been hyperventilating a little bit, so I've got that slightly lowered levels of CO2. It's making me feel a little bit buzzy in my fingers. But I'm also really looking forward to this. And we had an amazing number of proposals for recipients for these awards. Nominations, thank you, that's the word I was looking for. Please feel free to help me out. And it was actually quite sort of slightly emotional reading through all the responses and things for me. So I'm really looking forward to sharing some of the things that people have shared with their things. We're going to get straight into the awards, just to give a bit of background. We only had I had Sian help me out with selecting recipients. I can't remember. Do we have Karen? Karen wasn't available. Karen was half there. So Karen participated as well. That was the team. We had vague criteria for making decisions about selection, so no apologies for that. Just to let you know, we kind of tried to avoid giving prizes to HODs and associate deans. We were influenced by narratives that were provided. When there's a good story, it was hard to ignore. We were opportunistic in terms of trying to acknowledge things that people in the rest of the team might not know about. But we've also been somewhat idiosyncratic, so all the other rules have been sort of largely forgotten when it suited. So the first prize we have is a Tuia Tangata Award in recognition of bringing people together to deliver something amazing for the campus. So this focuses on connecting people and bringing people together. And for each of these awards, there are a number of nominations, but there's a couple that are picked out for honourable mention because there's a good story associated with them. And one of the honourable mentions for this particular award is Tom Fluitt, who's in charge of delivery of the EMDR postgraduate qualification. This is a qualification in mental health. It's a very bespoke method of treatment for PTSD and other types of related kind of conditions. The nominee said that this could also fit with the going the extra mile, but Tom absolutely deserves recognition. He's been amazing. So Tom retired from clinical practice and then conceived of the idea of a university-based EMDR training program which didn't exist in this country. He was concerned that the US-based training that was available wasn't culturally sensitive or to the Aotearoa environment and didn't provide sufficient experiential learning for students. And so he worked with our Department of Psychiatric Medicine to bring this idea into reality. And I attended some of the Board of Studies meetings that Tom presented at, and man, we put up so many bureaucratic roadblocks to a good idea in this university. So he spent literally hundreds of unpaid post-retirement hours to write course materials and bring this to fruition. So he really does deserve recognition. He'll be retiring next year, but he'll be leaving UOW and future students and people who've experienced trauma with a legacy of this wonderful course that he's created. And we've had a high uptake of this course this year, and we'll be doubling the numbers next year on the course as well. So congratulations, Tom, for all that work. The other thing, the other person who gets an honourable mention is Virginia Signal, who's taken on a leadership role within the C3 research program. She's a member of the program management ROPU, and she now leads the qualitative engine room within the program. She stepped into this leadership role with aplomb, bringing together a diverse range of team of community stakeholders and academics with aplomb. There's 2 aplombs there. So, tēnā rāua e hoa, says that person. So. And there's also a nomination here for the entirety of the rehabilitation, teaching and research team. The nominee indicated that they'd faced serious financial challenges, but they've rallied like no other. They've made do with staff departures without refilling posts, reorganised their papers to consolidate and optimise their offerings, and have been extremely successful in external research grant funding this year. They have a tight team that cares for each other and for their students, and this always comes through in their evaluations. They're such a joy to work with. But this year's award for the Tuia Tangata Award goes to Sophie Petalode. So this is actually specifically in reference, Sophie does so much stuff to bring people together, but this is particularly in reference to who worked during the Mental Health Week and all the activities she's done to relaunch ULs as well. So congratulations. I think Sophie also deserves another award for being brave enough to come down onto stage to accept the first award. Is that right? Yes. Sophie, oh, yeah. I've just figured out how this works now. It's good. So the next award is the Student Support Award. This is for the person or the team who's made the biggest difference in, well, probably I should say a big difference, in supporting students academically or personally to ensure their success and well-being. There's a couple of honourable mentions. I'm going to try and keep some honourable mentions a little bit more praised. But the 2 honourable mentions here are Ben Darlow for his constant support of department PhD students. Please hold your applause. And the other honourable mention is Emma Osborne in the Department of Public Health. She's the PhD coordinator, exceptionally good at working with students and staff so that students have their best experience possible. So, this year's Student Support Award, I should say this year's, these are all inaugural awards. The inaugural award for student support goes this year to Jenna Beth Hughes. Ladies. JB is an absolute star. There's a couple of things about JB. JB, they say that there's a number of nominees for helping students with their needs wherever they sort her out. She's always been there for them no matter what they asked of her. She's an administrator who goes above and beyond. Whenever I speak to her about anything, she manages to direct the conversation to be about supporting the students. She's incredibly supportive, she's incredibly student-focused and student-centric. She's there to lend an ear or a shoulder to cry on, consistently has the students' best interests at heart, has a wealth of knowledge into the medical school program. She builds relationships with hospital staffs, who she knows to send certain students who might need a little bit of extra help, to particular people, and she takes them all care of all on the surgical run. So thank you. I think I'm going to try and get better at doing the reveal at the right time. We've got 19 awards, so I'll get there in the end. So this next award is for an unsung hero. This is an award for the person or the people who work behind the scenes, working quietly to keep the campus running as smoothly as possible without always being in the spotlight. There's definitely honourable mentions here for both the Ask Otago team, and the Library Services team, and the Wellsleep team. So. The honourable mention for the Ask Otago team is that they're there, without whose support, nothing would run smoothly at all for the staff, the students, or the visitors on campus. So they are hugely appreciated. The library staff, people always impressed with the library staff's responsiveness and helpfulness. They're so quick to get back and respond to an email. And it's definitely worth giving a shout out to the Wellsleep team. They're off-site, but they've faced some significant challenges this year. We were getting booted out from our accommodation in Bowen Street, and that team has worked tirelessly to try and keep things afloat with all the various challenges that we've been facing concerning moving location and so forth. They're absolutely been doing a fantastic job. They really are unsung heroes. The winner this year, however, goes to Daryl Sell. Not here. Who would like to eat his chocolate fish on his behalf? Catherine, thank you.
Thank you very much. Although a bit about climate change.
So Daryl's nominated by a number of people as someone who's always gone above and beyond his role to support UOW and ITS infrastructure projects. He's often worked on holidays and after hours to meet deadlines or to fix urgent technical issues. So he's definitely the duck feet paddling under the water that we don't necessarily know, to make sure that when you turn up on day one at 8 a.m. or whatever day of the week it is, all the ITS stuff does work. And I have to say the ITS team, people know when the equipment isn't working, and they do let them they're very quick to let them know when the equipment isn't working. So it's just really nice, I think, to acknowledge all the times, which is many, many more times when the equipment was working faultlessly when you turned up to work. So big thank you to the whole team. Our Diversity and Inclusion Award. This is for the personal team who's worked hard to promote diversity, equity and inclusion on our campus to make sure everybody feels welcome and respected. It's kind of hard not to go past this one without giving an honourable mention to Associate Professor Bridget Robson, who just makes this her life's blood work, really. Was that right? I think I mixed my metaphors there. But Bridget provides exemplary leadership and awhi within Te Tiriti initiatives in UOW. She's a fierce champion of all things Te Tiriti, and she's fun to work with. She's so caring and supportive of people on their Te Tiriti journey. So thank you very much, Bridget. And this was beautifully acknowledged in the Student Awards this year, where they gave us the students gave an award to Bridget at the Student Awards ceremony, which was just lovely, actually. The other person who deserves a shout out with an honourable mention is Rona Carroll. So Rona works in the Department of General Practice, and she does particularly important work within the university and around New Zealand more widely around transgender care. And so thank you very much, Rona. The winner this year for our Diversity Inclusion Award goes to Denise Steers. You all know Denise, but let me say a few words. Come over here. Okay, just stand there for a bit while I read a bit out about you. So Denise lives and breathes diversity and inclusion. She goes out of her way to create spaces that are welcoming and inviting for people from all walks of life. She's a strong advocate from our LGBTI community. I'm sorry, I've got family in the space. Over the years, she's contributed new knowledge on healthcare for intersex people through her research. And she often feeds into our teaching programs and provides resources and links to anybody who wants them, even me. I went quite a way there without getting emotional, so I'm feeling proud of myself. Okay, so the Nganga Ho Award is for the person who brings energy, positivity, vigour to the campus life, making it a lovely, fun place to work. One of the cool things about our nominations for awards was that we got so many for this one. And so we have so many people who are just awesome, but I'm just going to pull out a few honourable mentions that have little narratives to go with them. I'll read them out and we'll appreciate them all at the end. So honourable mentions go to Matt Foster. Matt always brings, okay. Matt always brings fun and positive energy to the office, from the quotes board to being quizmaster at lunch and the Stuff's daily quiz. He has a real Glenda-esque energy about him. So I don't know what that is, so hopefully that's not rude. That keeps us all entertained. Janice Kang is another honourable. Janice is in the Department of Medicine. She helps the department flourish on so many levels. She keeps the HOD sane, apparently, and functioning through her tireless and superb research and admin support. She goes beyond this, providing research support for the entire team, and there's a lot of other things she does. But Janice is always friendly and always has a ready smile. She brings so much cheer and positivity to the team that she works with, and everybody feels it. So thank you, Janice. The other honourable mention is the Ask Otago team. They are always smiling, laughing, and having a great time, whether there's a customer there or not. The person, I'm not sure who wrote this, but the person said they sat with the Ask Otago team for a brief time during an event on the floor, and it was such an upbeat environment. So that's just lovely. We've definitely got the right people on the front desk, I think, which is good. The other honourable mention goes to Jenny Visser, Primary Healthcare and General Practice. Jenny is a live wire with a great sense of humour, always upbeat and fun. She's a bit rebellious too, which we secretly like. Jenny's energy is infectious and she lives up any workspace that she's part of. If you ever have an opportunity at a staff event, standing next to Jenny, ask her to tell you about the time she went on a research mission in Antarctica that involved harpooning whales. So with tracking devices, but she tells the story so well. So she's a fun person to have around. Anyway, the winner for the Nganga Ho Award is Luke. Woo! Who's going to take the photo? Let's do a selfie. No. Luke always has a smile, a joke, positive enthusiasm, great guitar player. He doesn't just walk around the campus, he bounds around. He's organised the 3-minute Mythos competition due to his genuine interest in other staff, and we're so lucky to have you as part of the EOW, so thank you, Luke. It's wonderful. The Going the Extra Mile Award. This is for the personal team who consistently goes above and beyond their usual duties. Let's be frank, that's everybody here. So everybody's a nominee for this one. To make sure everything runs smoothly, even when things get tough. There's a couple of honourable mentions. Definitely, I've got one here for Kate Chadwick. Where's Kate? Can you put your hand up? She's in Dunedin, going above and beyond in Dunedin. So Kate took over the role of HOD in radiation therapy pretty much this year, and it's definitely been a big challenge with Ministry of Health putting weird pressures on us and being strange about it and stuff, and a number of other challenges as well. But she's just done such a fantastic job stepping into this leadership role, and she's definitely put in the hard yards to make that department, which delivers, as we know, a really important part of our healthcare workforce successful. So congratulations, Kate. There's also an honourable mention here for Kerry Harford. The note here, in some ways, Kerry maybe could have been nominated for all the awards. However, not only has she managed to do her job effectively and efficiently, she's also happy and to support the many of us who struggle with the university's systems to use them, and ensures everybody in the department is listened to and supported. Kerry provides above and beyond to ensure our teaching and research gets done to the highest standards. So thank you, Kerry. We also had a nomination here for Joe Edson, who's always been a very willing worker to help sort issues out, often staying later than hours, and generally being a supportive and nice person. So thank you. Then we have an award for Trish Tennant, honourable mention for Trish Tennant, the electives administrator, who works tirelessly to ensure students, placements and staff have everything they need to ensure that all the students' elective runs go as smoothly as possible. She goes above and beyond and to support her teams in this cross-campus module. So thank you. Okay, so you can see the winner of this award is, however, Sarah Leafers. Yeah. Okay, so Sarah, do you want to stand there, Sarah, for a little bit? So, so I didn't write this. This was written by somebody else. Being the dean would be hard enough, but being the dean's EA and having to support him on so many events is harder. Making sure that he gets everywhere he should be in all the huge amount of meetings and activities, ensuring he is where he meant to be must be a daunting task, apparently. Sarah is the ultimate organizer, as shown by how smoothly the student awards ceremony were run. Well done, Sarah. Great, thank you. Sarah's often stepped in to do tasks when others couldn't. She works tirelessly to make sure everything happens around the campus, so thank you. Great. The Master of Multitasking is the Master of Multitasking Award. This is for the personal team who juggles so many things at once. We're pretty sure they have superpowers or clones. Honourable mentions. I've got a couple of honourable mentions here for HODs and ADs. The honourable mentions go to Rebecca Granger, Lynn McBain, and Susanna Every-Palmer. Rebecca's acknowledged as being a superwoman. She leads, she charges around in teaching and learning on the campus and the university. She teaches, she speaks around the world. She supervises postgraduate students and is always there for other people. Lynn McBain has got a finger in every pie. That doesn't sound hygienic, Lynn. Hopefully she practices good hand washing in between pies. And she manages everything with quiet efficiency, so she's also a fantastic member of our team. And then Susan Every-Palmer, the commentators, I honestly don't know how Susanna Every-Palmer, I honestly don't know how Susanna manages to do her multiple jobs and so well without seeming to break a sweat. She either does have secret clones or was a very early adopter of AI, apparently. I actually think she might be superhuman, said the person. But this, the winner of this award goes. The winner of this award goes to Julie Cooper. Stand here. Great. Oop. Thank you. So Julie, stay here a little bit, Julie. So Julie is the program manager of not one, but two HRC programs, 5-year research programs. She's an indispensable member of the C3 program, solving multiple problems before the director even knows there exists. She's worth her weight in gold. The Tiriti Champion Award. Man, we're only up to award number 8. This is a problem. I'm going to have to move faster. The Tiriti Champion Award is for the personal team who has helped UOW get one step closer to being Te Tiriti led. Obviously, shout out to Bridget Robson, and there's long narratives associated with that. But I think one of the comments that was made by someone stepping newly into a leadership role within their department, they made the comment that Bridget brought so much care and support into them achieving their goals for their department around their journey about being Te Tiriti based in their department. Bridget was never judgmental, always encouraging, inclusive and caring. So thank you very much again, Bridget. And another honourable mention goes to Kirsty Danielson for her leadership of development of the Te Tiriti space in the Department of Surgery and Anaesthesia. and they're building connections with iwi and stuff there. Is Kirsty here? Anyway, thank you, Kirsty. But the winner of this award goes to the Māori Strategic Framework Group in the Department of Medicine, which is comprised of Bernadette Jones, Stephen Inns as co-leads, Tristan Mingham, Rosemary Hall, and Jean Hay-Smith. So please come down. Can you take Tristan's one as well?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So, just to say a few words. So, the Māori Strategic Framework Group in their department have worked really hard to align the department's initial framework to Pai Tata, making a number of very concrete, actionable recommendations that have or are currently being implemented. For example, they advocated for a Māori advisory role within the Department of Medicine, which has been appointed to now a few months ago. They've also recommended ways to recognise community partners, which are being implemented, and supported our cultural safety program within the Department of Medicine and for clinical staff. They've also initiated work on an audit tool that's currently being refined and finalised for rollout in 2025. This tool will help audit staff's contribution to the framework goals and actions, including teaching, research and service. So thank you very much for all your hard work. Cool. The Whakawhanaungatanga Award. This is an award for the personal team that makes the greatest contribution for bringing connections or relationships to the wider community, so with a specific sort of focus on outreach. We have one honourable mention, which is Eileen McKinley. So Eileen, is in the IPE team, which is actually based within the divisional structure. But Eileen's been responsible for all the leadership that, all the relationships that she's developed for the IPE program, which spreads across our motu on both islands. So thank you very much, Eileen. But this award goes to Matt Jenkins. Matt has an amazing capacity to engage with local community groups. I wish I could give lots of tangible examples, but Matt has a co-partnership design approach to your research that you do. And so a lot of Matt's work involves building connections with community groups, particularly in the mental health area. But this person gave one really good example, which is that the person making the nomination, fellow administrators, invited along to a hui he had organised with a new research group that he had established. The hui was held at the local Sisters Compassion Complex, with whom he'd forged a relationship as he lives on the marae next door in Island Bay, and consequently opened up a whole new area of awareness for us about this facility, its beautiful grounds, which was right on our doorstep. It's just one example of his networking. So well done, thank you. Kia ora. The Master Chef Award. I think this is the one that is the least. Least suspicious about. Yeah. So we do have some honourable mentions though. One honourable mention goes to Angela Ballantyne. Angela's cinnamon buns are legendary. And when we were recently discussing that at morning tea, I heard again, I'll bake something for that. So Angela's she always comes to the party, brings the party to the party. And then the other honourable mention I have is Catherine Haley. Not here. Catherine Haley's cupcakes are also legendary, apparently. There's lots of legends around cinnamon buns and cupcakes on campus. And she's managed to combine authentic, aesthetic with flavour, so they taste as good as they look, apparently. So she was also, I have to give this a shout out, that in 2023, she was the 2023 champion of the Department of Surgery and Anesthesia's Christmas bake-off. So important acknowledgement. But no surprise to anybody, the MasterChef award goes to Kerry Harford. So the explanation here is no narrative needed. If you've tasted anything she's ever made, then this is one for the bag. Everybody wants to invite Kerry to their events, so that they. We might have to ban Kerry from being a nominee in this category in the future. They do that sometimes when people win awards for the same thing too often. Got to give everybody else a crack at the cake. Okay, so the Ngāwari award is for the most chill staff member who has the greatest capacity for handling last-minute changes, surprise requests, and sudden crises with ease. We need a lot of that on this campus. There were honourable mentions here for both Kate Chadwick and Billy Moody in the Department of Radiation Therapy. They've both put everybody's needs ahead of their own. Artie has been through a lot, and it's Kate's first year as HOD. She's so easy to work with, and Billy's always happy to change things on the fly without ever breaking a sweat. She's amazing. So they're both pretty incredible. The Department of Radiation Therapy is lucky to have them. So. There's also a honourable mention here to the University of Otago finance team, Chris, Rose and Meredith. You're all amazing. The winner of today's Ngāwari Award, I'm hoping he's here, is Stevie Still. Nice. Thanks. One person wrote, I don't think it can be underestimated how much work has gone into getting everybody back on campus and off campus a couple of years ago. Having shared a corridor with Steve for a few months and closely observing his step count, I think he must have clocked up at least 2 Mount Everest summits in this time, and he always finds the time to crack a joke. Absolute legend. Spreadsheet sorceress. The spreadsheet sorcerer, there's a lot of nominees for this award as well, surprising number actually. Matt Foster, he's a whiz at spreadsheets apparently. He fixes all my formulas for my results super fast. He can spreadsheet anything. Jonathan Kennedy also got a shout out for his epic spreadsheet abilities. But the winner of this award goes to Chris Ellett. This is more for demystifying spreadsheets, those research account spreadsheets, and for being able to explain them so clearly to newbies again and again and again. Thank you so much, Chris. The Oaha Award. Thank you to Bridget for providing the kupu for this award. I looked up Oaha and Tiaka to try and make sure I'm pronouncing it correctly. This is like a total side topic. Under Oaha, there's all the other words that have Oaha in it, and one of them was whakaaetanga Oaha. And I means yes, whakai means to agree. When you put tanga on the end, it turns the verb into a noun. So whakaaetanga means like agreement or a license, so you can have a driver's license of whakaaetanga. So whakaaetanga Oaha, creative license, which I really like. So you can always, if someone tells you a story about their weekend that sounds a little bit out of this world, you can probably sort of say, well, there's a little bit of whakaaetanga Oaha in there, I can see. So good word to know. So the Oaha, one of the Oaha awards for fresh creative ideas went to whoever bought the new coffee machines. Just secretly, that was Sean. And there's also a honourable mention for Joe Edson, the Sonia goddess. Joe converted us to Sonia for our invoicing or invoicing our practices for the TI placements. Makes a huge difference. But this award goes to, oh, we should give her a clap. This award goes to Georgia Hine. So Georgia is in the education unit. This award is acknowledging her freshening up the education unit's role, massively improving our processes this year, and always looking for the creative solutions. So thank you very much, Georgia. The Teaching Rockstar Award. Lots of honourable mentions here as well. I seem to have missed a page. Unless I've stapled it back to front. I think. What have I done? I've missed the whole page. Oh, no. Yep. I put it back to front. That's the problem. So there was a very long honourable mention here to Fiona Matheson. So Fiona, in recognition for her exceptional teaching and steerage of the cognitive behavioural program at UOW over the past 2 decades. So Fiona's made a significant, extensive contribution to the dissemination of CBT in Aotearoa. There's so many people who deliver cognitive behavioural therapy in Aotearoa who have been trained by Fiona. So she's just made a massive contribution. And there's this whole page of stuff that I think I'm obliged not to read out in the interests of time. But thank you very much for all your work, Fiona. The other honourable mention was Glenn Colquhoun, who's not actually a permanent staff member, but he teaches into programs, teaches the medical students into adverse childhood events. He's previously been a guest speaker at one of our student awards ceremonies, and he's one of the top. He's one of the top ones in the GP runs. Everybody likes going to work with him. He's an amazing guy. So a shout out to Glenn as well. Winner of this award goes to Emma Osborne. Emma got a shout out for the Student Support Award, but this is for her ongoing connection with her students and staff. Emma teaches qualitative research methods and is the postgraduate program coordinator for Masters and PhD students in the Department of Public Health. She's very passionate about high quality education and about improving experiences for students. She finished her PhD this year, which was on the topic of students who have lived experience of the topic of the class that's being discussed. Her PhD has significant implications for the way we deliver teaching in a way that reduces discrimination and experiences of racism in class after class, and we need to be doing more work with you to integrate that stuff into all our teaching, so congratulations. Thank you. I also see Emma down at the rock climbing gym with her daughter quite a lot, so it's also a shout out for the rock climbing. What are we up to? We're up to the Mentorship Master Award. My notes have got kind of. Oh, yeah, okay, I did do it right back to front. Honourable mentions to. So this is for the person who is there to guide and support and inspire their colleagues. And so this mentoring mastership award, there's 2 honourable mentions. One is Ben Darlow for the support and opportunities that he's given colleagues who are in the Department of General Practice and Primary Healthcare for the guidance he provides our PhD students. So. And the other person who is an honourable mention is Kirsty Danielson, who is always there to lend an ear, to pass her knowledge on to the next generation of researchers. She does a fantastic job of that. The winner of this Mentorship Master Award goes to Olivia. Is Olivia here?
Not here.
Someone who want to come and receive an award, eat her chocolate fish? Shan will come down. So Olivia's the ultimate mentor master for her team. Not only is she ready to coach and support them, she also has a Mel Robbins strategy, or three, up her sleeve for every challenging situation. Sometimes I wonder if she has a direct hotline to the American motivational guru. The Terminally Online Award, we get almost there. We've got honourable mentions. So these are for the person who's exceptional, so exceptional at being online, it's almost like they're physically here. There is honourable mentions for Michael Wade, who works as an administrator for the UOW campus out of Wanaka. And he's doing everything online. He does it flawlessly. Hold your applause. The other honourable mentions go to a number of members in the Rehabilitation Teaching and Research Unit who aren't based in Wellington: Fiona Graham, Jean Hay-Smith, and Rochelle Martin. So the honourable mentions. Now, I'll be surprised if this person's actually here. The winner of this award is Chloe Campbell. Yay! So.
And I'm not here. But she did ask me to accept this one.
Okay, cool. So the story here, for the people not in the know, Chloe is a senior lecturer in public health, and she's been unable to weight bear since the end of September, and so she's been confined to home, and yet she's been present for every single meeting, for research, for summer studentship support, and for work to obtain new projects and so forth. She's always been turning up online, even though she's been incapacitated by being unable to wait there. So congratulations. The Te Kokua Award is for the person who has done the most to support local environmental sustainability, thinking globally, acting locally. And we just have one winner of this award, who is Ben Gray. This award goes to Ben. This award goes to Ben because he is a master composter for the Department of General Practice and General Healthcare, Primary Healthcare and General Practice. The department rotates through 3 compost bins, which Ben faithfully takes home a couple of times a week on his bike to compost at home. And have you seen Ben on his bike going through town? Sometimes he's got compost with him. The Best Support Actress Award. Yeah, I'm thrown now by the gendered prize. My mistake there. Actor or Actress Award. There's been a couple of honourable mentions here. One Best Supporting Actress Award goes to honourable mention goes to Janice Kang. Congratulations, Janice. The person who wrote this said, "I get all the glory, but she does so much to support my mahi. I really don't know how I could function without her." And the other one is Ching Man Lam. Ching Man, can you put your hand up so we can see?
Ching Man's not here.
Not here, okay. So Ching Man's an administrator in paediatrics. She looks after the fifth year module. She's been doing so for a few years. And there's been quite a bit of sort of change within that department as well. She's always at the top of her game, keeping up with what's changing and how. Oh, currently on leave. I've got that note in the bottom there. So, but the winners of this award, we have 2 winners here. For the Best Supporting Actor/Actress Award, go to Cheryl Norrie and Fran Wright. Fran and Cheryl both do so much to make everyone else look awesome. So Fran does such a fantastic job of our marketing. I saw, I was sitting waiting for a bus, and I saw one of the buses go past with our postgraduate UOW can study in Wellington slogans in the bus. It just looked fantastic. So I was just really thrilled to see that. And always fighting for our campus and getting good recognition from the universities. Thank you so much. And Cheryl, of course, thank you so much, Cheryl, for all your journalistic articles that put us in the public spotlight and make us all look good. So thank you very much. Thank you. Our last award for this evening, this morning, but this evening, is about our Enriching Our Environment Award in recognition for the little or big touches around the campus that make UOW a much more enjoyable environment to go to. There was an honourable mention here to Catherine and her ITS team again for always having eye on detail and making things happen when stock and budget allow, and even for the technically challenged among us. So thank you very much, ITS team. The winner of this award, however, is Paula McLaughlin. Paul has been responsible for doggedly ensuring that the mothership down in Dunedin took a holistic view of our campus to create interconnected spaces. They really wanted to make sure that we only bought one thing of each thing, and with a particular focus on enhancing students' experience. She's been responsible for the murals in the student study spaces, the signage all over the place, the pods in Hanson Street, the award boards, and so much more. So thank you very much, Paula. Thank you. I have to say, I had thought that maybe we would be saying goodbye to Paula at this event, but we do, I think, Paula, I don't know, speaking out of turn, that you might have agreed to stay on with us a little bit longer. We managed to squirrel away there. Paula, off the top of your head, how many square metres of rubbish are in the main academic block? So Paula's been counting all 962,000 cubic metres of furniture and rubbish, and so one of the things we need to do is figure out how to get that out before somebody puts a match to it. Oh, okay. So thank you. That's it for the awards. Thank you, everybody. Can
you read?
Anna, yeah, Anna Kushima.
Award conferred by the senior leadership team. It is called it has two names.
No.
The Potted Plant Award.
Oh, yay.
Also called the Most Awesome Dean Award.
Oh, thank you.
Conferred to Professor William Lebeck in recognition of the unwavering, skillful, kind, fun, transparent, honest leadership of our teams and campus through the toughest times.
Thank you so much. Can we do a popcorn as well? Thanks so much. Thank you so much, guys. It's really lovely. We do have a few minutes left, I think, unless I'm grossly over time. Just a bit of a 2024 recap. I had some pictures I shared in September. I'm going to share some of them with you again. I've added some for events that have happened since September, just a few extra things. I have to say, I wrote a slightly passionate email to the Pro Vice Chancellor a couple of weeks ago about yes, there are plans D and C about keeping the university functioning, but all those plans are terrible, and we really need investment in the main academic block. And I was on the plane going down to graduation on Thursday, and I happened to be on the same plane as the Vice Chancellor, Grant Robertson, and he apparently had been sent my email, and he was like, "Oh, we should catch up for lunch." So I caught up for lunch with him on Saturday, and he was saying that we had a big conversation about the challenges we're facing, and there are some significant challenges. But he's scheduling a time early next year, probably in January, to come down to Wellington with the PVC, and we're going to have a really serious powwow about what the university is actually going to do about the main academic block, because it's a big challenge. The other thing is that I have invited the council to come and hold one of their meetings here in Wellington as well, so that they've got a clear idea about who we are and what we do here and the spaces that we're currently functioning in, upselling UOW to them and why they actually need to take us seriously, and that the university kind of will diminish without serious investment in UOW. So that's the message that's being conveyed, but it is being listened to. So things will reboot in 2024, which is good. But let's recap a little bit about 2020. I'm just going to quickly flick through these slides. This is a reminder. We had our reopening in the Newtown campus, which brought everybody together. We've had our library space transformation project, which has gone so well. Everybody's making do with so little and making the best of it. Silk pig out of a sow's ear, that's all right. Silk purse out of a sow's ear. Yeah. Public health moving into Hanson Street. We had our Tua Kiritaka rebranding event with the mayor present, which was absolutely fantastic. And the school kids that came to that were just awesome. We had Grant Robinson's come and to a welcoming event. We had palliative care student art exhibition. It was a bit of a highlight for me. I keep bringing it up. It was a really special event. We had the Aspire 2025 conference. There's other things I would have forgotten. These are ones I could easily get photos for. We had our IPLs for Sinead, James, and Lynn, and they were both awesome. I'm not allowed to make any announcements about promotions that are going to be announced tomorrow, but let's just say there will be some IPLs next year that I'm pretty excited about. So we're looking forward to that. There's Philippa Howden Chapman's Distinguished Research Medal Award lecture that happened in the Nordmeyer here as well, which is wonderful. We kickstarted our Welcome Wakas. I really encourage you to jump on one of those wakas when we launch them again next year. Everybody who's gone on them has learned so much, and they've been such positive experiences. So please do grab those. We're still figuring out how best to run it, but that's what the thing. We had a great Te Wiki o Te Reo Māori week. We had Tony Dale's farewell, and then his grand return for the quiz show. And then we actually had a really good turnout at the Hikoi. That was a really special thing to be part of. I do want to signal down the bottom left there. There's a Tino Rangatiratanga Boffa Fett down there that I managed to get a photo with, which I really liked. And that was such a positive, awesome event for our Wellington community, but for nationally as well. When do people have to submit their
By the 7th. So before Christmas is good.
Yeah. By the 7th of January. Maybe we might need to put out like some links to websites about who can. There's also actually, just to say that there is some government feedback requested on the gender affirming healthcare for youth, particularly around beta blockers, puberty blockers. Thank you very much. And it is discriminatory because kids receive puberty blockers for all sorts of reasons, and this legislation is about just denying them to kids who want to receive them because they are transgender. So they're not talking about not giving puberty blockers to anybody. They're talking about not giving puberty blockers just to a cohort of our population. So I think maybe we'll put out a little link about where people can respond to that survey and information about it. That's the 20th of January, that one. We also had Associate Professor Diana Sekapatanu's Callaghan Medal and her recent appointment to the DVC Pacific role happened this year as well. Congratulations, Diana. We had our Hui Whakanui Tauira event here, and that was a really lovely special event this year. Nice to have it back in the Nordmeyer Lecture Theatre. And this is just from my phone, photos from graduation this weekend. This is just the medical students, of course, not our physio and radiation therapy or PhD students, whatever. But look what we did. We contributed to all these doctors who are going out into the workforce next year. They're such a bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, diverse, vibrant group of people. They're so keen to go and do good work in the world. So that was a really great weekend this weekend. Okay, so I've got one little more thing, which is a video that Luke's put together with typical Luke flavour, which is great. I'm a little bit dyslexic, so that when someone throws a screen up with words on, I can't quite pass it. I need to spend a bit of time reading. And so the slide that comes up at the front is what's one good thing that's happened this year. And so that's what this video is about. I'm going to link onto that now.
Fantastic walnut harvest this year.
Moving so that we're closer to our university colleagues.
Swimming with the manta rays in the Maldives.
I bought a house. I bought a car.
I got an award.
Been to Harold's Hut. I'm a citizen of Harold's Hut now.
That we're almost to the end of the year and I have everything under control.
I went to Mexico.
My daughter passed all her exams for health sciences at Otago.
I've had some awesome holidays.
Native orchids pointed out to me at the side of the path.
Inviting alumni and our donors into the building.
My Irish 4-year-old is coming home from preschool singing Maori songs.
Coming back on site.
To help our medical students, our Pacific students, with their studies.
My neurodiverse daughter started high school and she loves it.
I had a lovely trip to Europe.
Getting up close and personal with a sea lion and her pup on Kangaroo Island.
Promoted up to research fellow.
I watched Pearl Jam.
My oldest son finished his bachelor degree in linguistics and modern language studies.
Having to sit with my team and the other support services staff.
I organised a step count challenge for FSD and together we walked 19,000 kilometres and 24.5 million steps.
The move back to campus in Newtown, so I was sitting next to Fran and Cheryl again.
I went to Japan.
I've really enjoyed our new space here.
Some wonderful new teaching equipment thanks to the Medical Education Trust.
Hired back to University of Otago, Wellington.
Won the Best Student Presentation Prize.
Sensational Royal Commission of Inquiry report.
The most amazing holiday in Japan.
My niece's wedding in Sydney.
My sister got engaged.
I got a Zealandia membership.
Spent Christmas with my family.
I started hormones and I transitioned and I came out of work and I got support.
The lead team is now together.
I was in Porniki, Wellington on the day of the Hikoi.
Went to Japan to visit our son.
Manager for Waterfront Karori football team. Grand final this weekend in Auckland.
We got back on the ULW campus and I'm back in a room with some awesome colleagues.
See my family and friends in the UK for the first time in 9 years.
We all got to get back together in Newtown.
Made trip to Rarotonga.
I went to the Ames Games.
Celebrated our 20th wedding anniversary.
Moving back into our old building and being able to use the lecture theatre again.
Monday last week, I reached menopause.
Raja Ampat in Indonesia and went snorkeling.
I have become a grandmother to 2 granddaughters.
I'm going to be a father with my wonderful partner Fiona.
I'm about to go home for a holiday, back to Malaysia.
I went home to Suva, Fiji.
I completed 150 metres of ocean swimming.
Having the Nordmeyer Theatre back.
The hot chocolate machine on level 7.
David Bowie's The Labyrinth as a school performance.
Had 2 grandsons born.
I have an amazing new colleague to work with.
There's been a lot of not so good things happen, but I've seen some students this year who've shown just absolutely remarkable resilience.
Sorry, that was made me laugh.
And I said it wrong.
It was terrible.
Okay.
Say it again.
Hold it.
Look at you.
And spend 3 weeks touring around.
Too long, see, go on.
Okay. Okay.
What am I saying? Oh, what am I leading with?
I had a mental blank there.
So aren't you all awesome? And don't you have crazily awesome colleagues? So thank you so much for all your hard work this year. It really has been fantastic. We've got over the speed bumps and we've done a great job and we've produced great outputs and we've graduated lots of health professionals to improve the health of New Zealanders and done lots of good research. So thank you very much for all your hard work. Mera kia te hemiti, and make sure you stay safe on the roads and enjoy your time with your family if I don't see you before Christmas. So thank you very much. Who knows una here? Enough people? Feel free to join in with, actually you can get that on your phone. No, baby, it's taking too long. Okay, so let's wrap up with the karakia, mutunga. Is it mutanga? Karakia mutanga? Mutanga? Okay, so, kainoi tātou. Unahia, kutu uru tapanui, kia wātia, kia mama, te nākau, te tinana, te wairua, i te ara takata. Koiara e rongo whakairia aki ki runga kia tina, hui e, tai kia. Kia ora, thank you.